Hello boys and girls, I hope you're well. I hope you're staying safe and washing your hands and wearing your masks. I'm Sir Morris, and today we're going to be looking at how we made this. Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, you can use this to decorate your room, or you can make it for someone as a gift. And before we begin, some housekeeping rules. We'll be using such sharp objects, so it is always good to have someone around while doing this so that you can stay safe. Okay, and the next one is if you're using this type of glue or the liquid type of glue, it can be messy, so do use it responsibly. You don't want a case of a mess in the house or something like that. Another thing is, as we finish, it is always good to clean up after yourselves. So when you're done, always clean up, leave the place cleaner than you found it. All right, so with that, let's get started. So we're going to be starting with the main part, which is where all our elements are going to be. We're going to measure it using this ruler, and I've already cut out mine. I've already drawn some lines on mine, so we're going to be cutting 15 centimeters for the length and 10 centimeters for the width. And I'm going to be using this. You can also use some scissors if you do, but it will be a bit harder with this, but you can still use it. You can use what you have. And let's cut it. Alright, so we have that. It's not quite perfect, but I'm sure yours will be. Right? So next, we're going to be cutting these two boxes. These are actually two squares, and we're going to be making them 5 by 5. So you can take we are using carton for this. So you're going to draw a line 5 by 5 downwards, and so on. And with that, now I have this, right? And for the color, you can see it's black. It's because my carton is black. You can use any other color for the carton, so don't mind about that. So I have two 5 by 5 boxes, squares, that is. Next up, we're going to be creating the back part, which consists of this holder, which actually you're going to use to hold the frame in place like that. And basically we're going to use two strips for this strip and this strip. Then we're going to have these what shape do you call this? This shape, yeah, this kind of shape. I already cut out mine before time. I don't know why I did that, but it is the slanted part is 10 centimeters, this lower part is 7 centimeters, and this upper part is 10 centimeters. Yeah, okay, it's 10 centimeters. So we have 10 by 7 by 10. All right. This part is the angle at which it's slant depends on how actually you want how low you want the frame to slant. So it can be higher, lower, or any way you want. All right. Now for the slips, these two slips, we have I'm going to cut them by 10 centimeters. I'm going to cut them by 10 centimeters and 2 centimeters for the width. So 10 for the length, 2 for the width. Let's do that. So now we have these two slips, which you are going to actually put them at the back right here. So for this frame, I actually drew mine. But for this one, so this is the Boys Brigade logo. So for this one, we are going to use the Girls Brigade, and actually printed a paper. You can do a colored paper actually, or you can draw. You can put a different image there. It doesn't matter. The possibilities are endless, right? So let's cut it. So now I have thing like this, and don't worry about the way it looks. I'm sure you can do a better job at it, but for now we're going to stick it onto this piece of carton. So we have that. Next up, we're going to make this look a bit more better. All right. So now that we have something like this, for this one, I actually covered the whole piece, but because of time, let's just do this one side. So we're going to stick it to our main board, where everything is going to be together. Then we are going to stick our logo onto it. Next up is the back part, right? So for the back part, we did these two slips, and they are the ones you're going to use, all right? Next, for this one, we're actually going to cut a point in here where one of these slip is going to go through. So now this is going to go right there, right? So you can just measure it a bit. So it seems like my measurements were a bit off, so I can cut this lower part. So not to worry, if something goes wrong, you can always correct it. Much better. Alright, so let's stick this onto the back. Have that. Have something like that. Now, the last thing we can do to make this a bit better is to put some decorations like this, the way I've done with mine. Now you can use a magazine like I did in this one. I actually use, these are all some magazines I cut out, and you can even put a verse. If you look closely, there's some writing here, and it's actually the Brigade anthem, the chorus of the Brigade anthem that I wrote there. You all know it. We have an anchor, and you can also put a Bible verse. You can put a motivational message, anything you like over there. So you can basically write ours. We write Brigade. Something just simple. Make sure it fits. So like mine doesn't fit, so make sure yours fits. So you can do something like that. This is just an example. Remember that this is just an example. You can do a much better job than I'm doing right here. I believe that. Now while using this one, you might want to wait a while. While using this one for it to dry up. Since it's wet, it dries slowly, but it gives some good results. Like this one, I used this type of glue, and you can see it's solid, something that hata ikianguka it won't have any effect. Yeah, even if it falls, it won't have any problem on it. Something we can add is just some simple decorations, and I can use this one, and I have some serrated scissors over here, which I'm going to use. You can use normal scissors, it doesn't matter, as long as you put some time and effort into it. You're basically going to get some better results than what we are doing right here, since we are trying to save time, and it's just showing you the basics of what to do. And that's it. Basically, it doesn't look that good as it would look as if you had more time to work on it, but I believe you get the basics. This is something you can accomplish if you have more time. All you have is to do is take your time when making it. And a tip when using this type of glue, the trick is to use as small as little as possible, so as not to make a mess and for it to stick faster. I noticed when you use more, it doesn't stick that faster. When you use less, it sticks more faster. So with that, I hope you do a better job at doing this. Take your time. You can make it for your mom, for your dad, for your sister, for your brother, for anyone that you want to gift. You can give it as a gift. You can make it for yourself. Put it in your room. Make it, have it decorate your room. The possibilities are endless. Take your time and you'll get a very good frame for yourself. And with that, I bid you farewell and goodbye.